Hello. So in last video we discussed about VB model. In VB model means verification and validation model. So in VB model we have completed some phases like BRS, URS, CRS, or after that we need to do SRS, software requirement specification. After that we need to do HLD, LLD. Then we'll do coding. After coding completion we need to do black box testing and white box testing. So in white box testing means unit testing. After that we need to do black box testing. On black box testing we have completed integration testing. After that we need to do the system testing. So we'll discuss about the system testing. So system testing is nothing but it's a overall testing of the overall testing or functionality, all functionality testing, functionality testing of software. Software. Second point is, so it's a black box testing. I said it's a black box testing. Why unit testing only white box testing. Otherwise everything is the black box testing. Who the tester? If tester will do that is black box. If developer will do that is white box testing. Black box testing. Second point is it will so it will done by tester, and after we can say that after completion of unit and integration testing, we need to do we need to do we need to do system testing. So then after that, so this is the system testing is four types. So we can say that system testing focus on four types. That is, one is UI testing. UI testing, UI testing. Then functional testing. Then functional testing, functional testing. So software testing. Then after that, usability testing. Usability testing. So we'll go one by one. First, it's coming as a UI testing. So this system testing focus on these four parts, four things. You can write that focus on this four testing, that is UI testing, functional testing, non-functional testing, usability testing. So first we'll start UI testing. In UI testing, UI includes the checkbox, button, color, font size, icon, image. So I'll write that UI includes UI testing means simple thing what we are showing in our naked eye. So whatever we'll see in this page, that is the UI testing. So like that, if it will be web page, so you can see that if you will click on home page, then it will be going to the inside the home page. If you click on the insert page, then it will be going to the insert page. So insert the font size, all the font size, color, it's a black color, this is the size, heading. So everything we need to check that in UI testing. So UI includes, we can say that buttons, colors, font size, icons, images, checkbox, etc. We can say that it's etc. So whatever we'll see in the in our eye, and the color, what will be the color. So if you will check that this color is more attractive, not to, if anyone see the color, then if he's not like. So we'll see that we as a we tester, so we need to check that. So the web page is looking good only, so it's more attractive to the customers. So second, focus on the front end part. UI UI mainly focus on front end part. The another thing is that if we'll do a zoom in, zoom out, then according to that, the font also change. If we'll do, if you will do zoom in, zoom out, then font size will be changed. So if we'll open in, uh, the text will be, if it will be box, the text will be in the box. Alignment of image, text, alignment of image and text, spelling of words, spelling of words, hyperlinks. So everything, hyperlinks, color, everything, heading. Heading is a simple thing. Whatever will the front end will see, everything will be proper place or not. The color is the proper color or not. The font size will be correct or not. If see here one is capital, one is small. So according to that, the page will be look like that way. So if you are writing heading, then first letter is H or not. Whatever we see in the naked eye and the font size, all the things we can say that see weight testing. After that, we'll do functional testing. What is functional testing? Functional testing. And functional testing is nothing but, so if customers have some requirement, that is main function of the software. So like one remote button. So in remote, so what will we do? The main function is that if you will switch on off, if you will increase the TV remote, if you insert the TV remote, then there have all the buttons will properly functionally it's working or not. So that is the functional testing. So we can say that main functionality, functional testing, main main functionality of software, the main functionality of the software. So functionality is nothing but, that means the functionality is nothing but, it's like it's a behavior of software. What is the software, the behavior? So we need to check that one. So functional testing talks about how features should work. So for functional testing completion, we need to do some other testing. For functionality testing completion, we need to do other testing. I'll tell you the testing what we need to cover in functional testing. One is object properties testing. Then coming to the database testing. Second thing is that error handling testing. Error handling testing. Then we need to do calculation testing. These all are the functionality of the software. Calculation testing. Another thing is that links testing. And another thing is the cookies and web session testing. Cookies insertion testing. Some testing. So we'll go one by one. And what is the object properties testing? So I tell you, object properties testing is nothing but if you'll see that. So sometime what happen? So there have a one like gender is there. So male, female, and others is there. So if you select the male, then the two things are automatically going to disable. So we can say that when we will select one element, then other then other will be going to disable to disable. We can say that example it will select one object then other element will be going to disable. Select one element then other element will disable. Okay. Then next thing is that database testing. So previously I said that one is white box testing, another is black box testing, and another one is the gray box testing. So here we are going to read the what is the gray box testing. So gray box testing is nothing but it's a combination of white box and black box testing. Combination of white and black box testing. So we can say that gray box testing. So in this database testing, so we need to there have a so everywhere we are storing the data. So we cannot if you are every website having some data, so we need to store that thing and we need to validate the data. So like we'll say that if a company website is there, so customers have some input data. So some employee will be joined, some employee will be left. So some employees data will need to be updated. So everything will be stored in data. So we need to test the data. So we'll do database testing. It's both developer and tester will do this testing. So we can say that it's a gray box testing. So we can say that insertion, deletion, update, update, need to insertion, deletion, update, data update of the customer of update of data. We can say that update of data. We will throw update the data. We need to do database testing. So next thing is that what is error handling testing. Okay, error handling testing, you can see that some if you will be some form is there. So if there a name field, if you will enter mobile number, so it will be showing some error. So that is the error handling testing. We need to say that if will give if will give if will pass wrong input error message should be seen in the front end. And error message should be readable. The next thing is that calculation testing. So calculation testing means, so like if you are there have banking website is there. So there have some account balance, some persons, some customers have some account balance like 15,000 rupees in his account. So what he happened? So he added some 5,000 rupees there. So after that, so then main balance will be, it will be showing in the web page that the amount right now is 20,000. So we need to do testing that is showing correct amount or not. So for that we need to do calculation testing. So tester needs to do tester needs to test calculation calculation value. Then second thing is that link testing. So link testing means there have different type of links are there. So different type of links are there, like one is, for link testing we need to do internal link testing. Internal link testing. Another one is that external link. Another one is the broken link. Okay. So internal link testing means it will move to same page. So if you see some pages, so there have one button is there. If you click that button, it will move to directly down page, down of the page. So that is the internal link testing. External link testing means, so if you click that button, then it will move to another page, jump to some other page, the external link. And what is the broken link? Broken link means does not have proper location. Do not have proper location. We can say that is the broken link. And another thing is that here link cookies and session testing. So okay, I first tell that what is the session testing. Session testing, you can see that some there are some applications, some website is there. If will not use for some time, then what happen? It will be automatically the page will be log out. There have some session times will be given there. That means after login the web portal, after 3 minutes or 5 minutes, the if you will not do any actions in that website, then it will move that automatically that page going to log out. That is the session testing. And another thing is that cookies. What is cookies testing? Cookies is that, so uh, if you are opening some browser or any browser or anything, so if you call and after using something, then you can close the app and close the browser, and you are going to some, after sometimes or someday you are opening that browser, and you can see that whatever you have stored there, it will automatically, it will be open in that page automatically. So means it will be store some temporary files, so that it will be, in cookies testing means it will create some temporary file temporary file temporary file. So it will so you can, if you will open, so if you will open it later, if you will open it later, it will save some data, save some browsing data. Browsing data. Okay. Then okay, this functional testing is completed. Now we'll start about non-functional testing. So you can see here, I already tell that what we need to do. That first is UI testing, then functional testing, non-functional testing, then usability testing. Then okay, we already read about the functional testing, means all the functionality of the software. Non-functional testing is what? So non-functional testing is nothing but like the whatever the clients give the requirement, we are fulfilling in the customers, but how much is the software will be secure, so in which environment it will be open, what is the configuration, what is the security, what is the recovery testing. So we need to do all the non-functional things. So once functional testing completed, testing completed, we need to do we need to do non-functional testing. Null testing. So we need to do non-functional testing. So it will be focus on performance, performance, security, security, and the performance security. Focus on performance. Okay, we'll do right by one. One is performance testing. One is security testing. The recovery testing. Then compatibility, then configuration, configuration testing, then sanitation and garbage testing. So we can see that this will be one topic fully. So we'll start from performance testing. So in performance testing, it's nothing but, so if you are having website, so how many users are be there? Our users can be handled, or how much time is user, how many users. So sometimes some people are saying that software will be crashed. So what happened if their software is developed for 20 users, then if many people who will be like 50 users who will be using that website, so what will be happen, so that website will be going to crash. So we need, so that is the reason we need to do performance testing. So for performance testing, we need to test, we need to test stability, stability and stability and of the response of the software. So for performance testing, we need to do some testing like load testing, endurance testing, endurance testing. Another is the stress testing, scalability testing. Another is the volume testing. So we'll go one by one. First will be load testing. Let it be one software is there. One software is there. Let assume the software will be handle 50 users at a time. 50 users at a time. 50 users at a time. So we need to give load 50, under 50 or equal to 50. We need to give give load of 50 user or below that, 50 or below or less, 50 or less users, and we'll check the response time. So load testing means we need to give the proper load whatever the load is. We are giving 50 loads. So one website is there. So one result website. Okay. So one result website. So at a time 50,000 users. You can say that 50k users at a time can log in it. But sometime after some you can see that sometime what happened, this website will be crashed because there have load is increased, more there have more users is there. That means 50k plus users are there using, that's why it's failed. So we need to do performance testing here, load testing. So we need to give 50 or 50k or less users in that website at a time, and we need to check the response time. It's giving in the response time in so if you are clicking a button, and if you are opening the web page, or if you are clicking the login page, so response time let it be 2 seconds, so it's giving in 2 seconds on it's taking more time. So we need to test that things in the load testing. And endurance testing is that, we'll give the load, we will give the load for period of time, period of time. I said that here we need to test stability and response of the time. So what we'll do here also, we'll give the load for period of time, let it be. So one website will give for 20, means we need to give for 1 day same load for 1 day, and we'll check that the response it's giving the proper response or not. We need to check. We'll give the load for period of time, and we'll check the response time. And stress testing. So stress testing means stress means, so sometimes we are saying that we have more stress, means uh, what is our capability. So if it's over than that, if some tensions will become, then we can say that it's having more stress today. So same thing here. So let me, the software can handle 50k users. So what will in stress testing, what we will do, we will give 50k plus users, 50k plus users, plus users. Will record the response time. So like, so we'll give 50k users, and we'll check, let it be response will be coming as a 2 second. And we'll give 60k users, the response time will be 4 second. So we can give 70k users, we'll check. So 70k will check, it's giving the response time in 6 second. But in stub there are next testing is the scalability testing. So in scalability testing, our more intention is that to bake the software. So when the software will be going to crash, we need to test that one, scalability. What is the scalability of the software? So intention is when, in how many, how many loads, in how many loads software will be going to crash, will going to crash. So what will we do, we will follow same process. We are giving stress to the software, but till the software will be going to crash. So 70k we are going to giving 80k. 80k will check the response time. 100k will check the response time, and one period of time when the it will be reach at, let it be, it will be reach in, it will be crash in 110k. Let it be, the software will be crash in 110k. So we need to check that one in the scalability testing. So volume testing is nothing but checking the stability, checking the stability, 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 and response time by transferring data, transferring the data. So in website, the when data will be flow, so that time we'll check that the stability and response, how much data it will be can transfer by the website, transferring data. So that is volume testing. So I gave little bit data information about the performance testing. There are many things. So one app is there for JMeter. JMeter is there. So for that JMeter we can do our performance testing. So later we'll discuss about all the things about performance testing. How in JMeter how we need to do testing. So that things we'll do later part. So now what will we do? What will check? What we can say that what is security testing? So security testing is nothing but it's like how much secure our software. So it's so the security testing we need to do two type of testing. One is the authorization testing. One is authorization testing. Another security testing is the authentication. Authentication testing. So uh, authorization testing and authentication testing. What is the difference between these two security testing? So the difference is that authorization means, so like one bank application is there. So there have one for employee, one login button is there. Uh, for customers there have one login button is there. So if employee will be login their ID password, it will be moved to the domain page. But if customer will be open the page, so it will be opening only customers details and account balance, all the things. But there are difference between, that is the difference between authorization testing and authentication testing. So what is authorization, what is authentication? So in authorization, authorization, so authorization, that some authorized authorized people can access, can, can access, like so bank employees, but in authentication testing who have passwords, ID passwords, they can also access it, like customers. Users are valid or not, we need to test there. Users are valid or not. Another thing is that another testing is the recovery testing. We can bring out all the things here. Recovery testing, compatibility testing, configuration testing. So recovery testing is that, let it be, if we forget the password, so we can recover the account or not. That is the recovery testing. Recovering data. If we lose, if we will lose data, how much we can recover? How much we can recover? And compatibility and configuration testing. Compatibility means, so software is compatibility in the our laptop or our mobile or not. We need to do the testing. So there so compatibility means some so okay, so we'll discuss about compatibility and configuration testing. So in configuration testing, what happened? So in configuration, there have some configuration of software like uh, it will be used in so some configuration. You can see that every installation of software, it will be showing as that 2 GB RAM is required and 1 GB hard disk is required. That is configuration. Compatibility means like if one version of software is released, one version of software is released and after 2 weeks, after 2 weeks, new version is version released. So newer version is compatibility with the older version. That things we need to test in compatibility testing. And configuration testing means if you install the software, so there have some configuration like 2 GB RAMs, 1 GB hard disks. That things is required for configuration testing. And sanitation and garbage testing, that means it will be remove unwanted stuff. Remove unwanted stuff. So when you are using some browsing or something you are doing, so some temporary unnecessary file also created. So after closing that browser, so the temporary unnecessary file need to be removed, otherwise it will be hang or stock the it will be crash the software. That is the sanitation and garbage testing. Okay, this functional testing, non-functional testing is completed. So late part, then we need to do last testing in the system testing is that is um, that is usability testing. Where is the usability testing? Functional testing, non-functional testing, you can see here I have written here usability testing. So after that we need to do usability testing. It will done by it will done by end user, checking that checking that system is easily usable or not. Like if you are releasing one software, so the installation is easily you are easily installing it, or it's going to more difficult. Like I'll say that one gaming application is there. So that gaming application will be installed by one small child also. So that small child will be easily can play that game or not. That things so all users can easily use that software or not. We need to check that in usability testing. So this is the testing system testing completed. So in white box testing we completed in unit testing. So in black box testing we completed one integration testing, one system testing. Another testing is that left, that user acceptance testing. We will do in the next video. Thank you.